There are a lot of people that play TF2, and with that there are many people that find themselves playing man vs machine. Whether that be the rugged pro with hundreds of tours, or a newbie that is completing their first tour, you are bound to get unique teammates each time you play. With so many different ways to play, no tour is ever the same. Hello, my name is Peppers11, and today I will be going over 9 different types of MvM players you will encounter. First up is the newbie. We've all been here at one point. One of our first tours, not knowing the ins and outs of how MvM should be played, it's not necessarily the most fun a player can have. That goes for the newbie themselves, but also their teammates. Everything turns out great when one of these players can listen to others that have more experience. Though, a noob that refuses to take any advice can often be the reason why we find a lobby going from 6 players to 1 player very quickly. Opposite the newbies are the pros. These players have probably spent a little more money on MvM tickets than they would like to admit. Though, with hundreds of tours, a few professional killstreak kits, and maybe an Aussie or two to show for it, they know MvM. Going against their strongly worded suggestions is likely not the best strategy. Though, when a pro works with a team and helps everyone along the way, it usually makes for a pretty awesome experience. Third up is the one class wonder. MvM requires a variety of classes to get the job done. Knowing how to properly play each class can make your team more efficient during gameplay. That's why it can be pretty annoying to see someone say, "Can you get off my class?" or "I will only play soldier." Though in most games this is avoided completely, with enough playtime I can safely say I've seen my fair share of these stubborn players. Up next is the funny moments guy. Guilty of a few of these myself, MvM can really be as fun as you make it. Going spy or sniper, though I am trash at both, can often be a fun mix up in MvM. Having players flip and get stuck in Rottenberg spikes is also one of my signature moves. If you're really feeling naughty, consider max air blasting all your enemies to rain hellfire on your team. This works all the same for sentry busters that are about to explode too. We also see the top 1% that either have too much money or none left. 7 different Australian weapons, triple stacked unusual effects, cosmetics that I didn't even know existed. The hundreds of MvM tickets these players have bought is the least of their concern. If you know anything about the TF2 economy, you know these players mean business. They're not even necessarily good at the game, but all they care about is their flashy inventories and all the jealous free-to-players who marvel at their expensive hats. Every once in a while, a lobby will run into a beta bitch. It's pretty simple. Pyro always runs gas passer, medic uses crits, a good engineer immediately needs dispenser range, and a scout should have mad milk and fan of war. Though with enough games under my belt, I've seen many players use non-meta weapons for their class. And not to say that their style of play isn't good or anything, it's just not as good as it could be. I'm sure somewhere in their confused mind they have a good reason. Almost never does their change cause a team to lose, except it does make me question their playstyle every single time. The Miss Money, Miss Me man is probably the most annoying person on this list. Usually someone with many tours, they do not stay around a lobby that has missed one credit. A game that is perfectly winnable and perfect teammates on the second to last round, and heaven forbid they don't get that 100 credit bonus, and boom, they're gone. Do they care that the scout was having a heart attack mid-game? Of course not. It's the scout's fault, and you're down a player with slim to no chance of having a new one come to save you. Eighth on this list is simply hackers. The only bots that a person should have to worry about in MvM are the robots that are programmed into this game mode. Though with only a few dozen tours, I still have seen instances of hackers. These are not always bots, and sometimes just players who download a spin bot or aimbot to get an easy win. I never saw the satisfaction in cheating against bots and have never understood their motive. This especially goes for MvM since players can either get a free and easy tour or re-queue and just not worry about that hacker. Our last type of player is where most of us fall under, the 0% ROI. To answer frankly, I do not pay for an MvM ticket solely for the drops. I pay for the experience of each game, and a cool drop here and there is just an added benefit. And the slim chance that an Aussie appear upon completion keeps me buying more tickets every time I say, "I'm done." That being said, I have over 30 tours and no Aussies to accompany them. I have heard many players say they have 100 plus tours who neither have gotten the highly desired Australian drop. We are the poor souls who have been roped into the endless game mode that you call man versus machine. And to answer your question, no. We will not stop buying tickets. No matter what crappy teammates we get, no matter how many times I have to redo the mission because of them, no matter how many times I receive this 3-cent fabricator as a drop, you'll still always see that Tour of Duty ticket somewhere in my inventory.